Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I'm with the 314 Oasis. The 314 Oasis is a collective effort in community care that was created in response to an EF3 tornado that tore through the heart of St. Louis, Missouri on May 16th, 2025. Since then, we've been present in community, providing food, supply distribution, basic medical care, somatic healing, all kinds of things that folks in community need as they recover after a tragic event like this one. For more information about our organization or ways that you can donate or get involved, please visit us at 314oasis.com.
What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in to the Hood Talks podcast. And I have a special conversation with a group of folks from 314 Oasis. And we're going to get into a great conversation. 314 Oasis is doing a lot of work out here, and you'll get to hear a little bit about them soon. But I'm ready and excited to get into this conversation. And I'm going to have my guests introduce themselves, starting with you.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Marquis. I go by Kiso. I'm part of 314 Oasis / Lynette Good Eats.
My name is Harry Pendleton from Centennial Christian Church, and working with 314 Oasis has been a joy and things that you look forward to helping the community and a continuation on what Centennial Christian Church was doing.
My name is Corey Tomlin. I'm the owner-operator of Tomlin's Burgers, Wings, and Things, and I'm with 314 Oasis in Sherman Park. I'm also a resident.
All right, y'all. So let's get into this conversation, starting off with thinking to before. Where were you before the tornado hits?
I was actually outside.
Oh, really?
You know, it felt good. It was like a day like this.
You know, I said that too.
It was a day like this.
So it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. And you did not think to expect that anything was coming.
I mean, you seem to get dark in it, but you know, it's part of St. Louis weather. You know, we ain't never experienced no tornado, so it's just like, you know, the rain, the storm, y'all say a storm, it come and go. We back outside.
Yeah, it was such a beautiful day.
Well, on that day, it's one of the days at Centennial. On a Friday, we serve meals to the community from 11 to 1. Then afterwards, later on that evening, we put 75 sack lunches together to pass out people that are on the streets. So that was the day that we were there, and I had to go to Sam's to get some meat, lunch meat and cheese. And then next thing I know, I get a call from the church, says, man, hurry up and get here. Hurry up and get here. Our church, Centennial Christian Church, was affected by the May 16th tornado. And they said, hurry up and get here, man, because my wife was trapped in the church. So I kept calling, but it took you an hour from Hanley to get here back to the church. And I called again, and then when they tell you, man, just get here. You know, that kind of takes all the wind out of your sail and everything else that you can think of, because that's telling you in your own mind that your wife did not make it. So it's just an honor to be with 314 Oasis with a continuation on what me and my wife were, a continuation we were doing at Centennial Christian Church that Dr. Punch and his organization has carried it on and moved forward with many more things that they're adding to the community that others are not stepping in to help those who need the help.
And can I say, I just want to applaud you. I know this is not an easy conversation, and I acknowledge the loss. Your wife was truly a beautiful soul.
Thank you.
So I understand that this is not easy, and I appreciate you being here to share your experience and your story. I just wanted to acknowledge that.
I appreciate it.
Well, I was at home the day of the tornado, and just like Kiso said, beautiful day. I believe I was out in the yard, and never imagined anything. First of all, a tornado in St. Louis, in the city, in the west side of St. Louis.
Crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
unthinkable. I mean,
We have them in county. Oh,
yeah,
but the city.
but the city of St. Louis, and that devastating, living through that was something I always remember. So it was crazy.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Not imagine. Can you think back to like life just before the tornado? I would say like thinking in terms of just the environment, like to even see what it looks like now compared to what it did look like in St. Louis before in the county. I mean in the city. I'm sorry. All the devastation. Like it was. I think there was a lot of work to be done in St. Louis City before, but now you
It
just
was, yeah, it's totally different. Like, it was time to build, you know, but like I'm talking about from land on up, it's like everything is just perished through, like from the west side to the north. You know, you got a little soft residential areas that got affected too, but it's like, wow. But the craziest part about that was, though, I ain't expect to, like, okay, you know, people got their neighborhoods, and you know, I'm from O'Fallon Park area, you know what I'm saying? So the community to come together, but for the city to come together like that, that was crazy. It's crazy. Like, I had waters for months. I had waters for months, trash bags, just household supplies, just, you know, just out of pocket money. I know that I usually would have been $60, $70. You know what I'm saying?
because those things are expensive.
I'm talking about for months, y'all. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
And I just want to give a shout out to the city, 314 St. Louis, y'all. Man, we did that.
We took a job.
Yeah.
That was
You showed up.
that was the biggest part for me though. Like,
Yeah.
And I could say, as someone who lives in St. Louis, born and raised here, right? I think the community showed up so much that it was like, dang, we need to do this more often. Yes, yeah. It was like, can we just show up more for each other like this on just the average day? And I think that was a difference between before, right? It was like, you'd be like, oh, people over there, they over there.
and you had a lot of organizations from like all you St. Charles, St. Peter's that was coming in, picking up and helping us with the debris and everything. So shout out to them too. Like, it was a lot of help, a lot. You know, we still getting this together still.
I would say still a lot of work to do.
You know, but
yeah, it's still a lot of work to do. But there were a lot of people that showed up. But the difference between the people that showed up in 314 Oasis is they're still here.
That's the key.
They're,
Beyond that, yes, because anybody the day of it, they were right there in the park
and they still hands on.
and still on. You know, that's what I was saying. People get in and get the limelight and they get the prestige, but 6 months you out of it. You know, and you might have the funds that you continue to stay in it, but you just, I've done all I can do. I'm not going to help no more people on that. Yeah.
it's not pretty anymore. Yeah, when you got to put in the hard work, you know.
And continue to do it. Continue. You see what I'm saying? And this the part about it, because, you know, everyday life go on. You know, life don't stop for nobody. So you got your problems on top of what I'm finna bring you. I'm finna bring you my whole life to you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you got to be ready for that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people not ready for it.
And to meet people have lost everything they had in 20 minutes.
20, that blink of an eye.
You know, all that, everything you've had, you built, you you worked on it, you got it, boom, gone.
Yeah, some of these homes have been homes to generations. And to see a family lose everything that they have in a matter of minutes and have nothing because the house wasn't insured. I mean, the great grandma and just the whole legacy of that family is destroyed in one storm. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It really is. So, like, to be able to work with 314 it's been a blessing, man.
And that's why I said shout out to Doc, Miss Stephanie, Fallon, Miss Izzy, Drea, like the whole, like, I got, like, for real, personally, I got my whole neighborhood, like, getting up, like, them Tuesdays and Saturdays that we get, you know what I'm saying, they come in helping. You know, it's like, you know, you plant a seed and it'll grow. You know, my granny told me, and it's just like, and here it is. We got a lot of help, hands-on, and
Yeah, you can see a lot of people that in the past maybe didn't do any help, but they're right there we're going to help you with. Sometimes you got to make them back off. It's just, on that, not to be rude. It's just, I mean, but we need, on that aspect, and then they bring in someone else. But it's just good, like they were saying, to call time out and everybody's working together as one. It's just to say that it's not a continuation.
Yeah,
But it's not even a law of the land.
it's not.
Period. This is what we're going to do maybe once a month. And clean this up, this area up, once a month, but other than that, 314 was just, he stepped up to the plate.
And they need more programs like this because, like, we had the building over here off Newstead and Pope, Prince Hall, a lot of guys up there. We had the Father Support Center. You go up there, you get your food stamps. It's like everything is just like we need to start rebuilding that way, But 314 Oasis, they taking off and they showing up.
And what capability, whatever he can do, he's trying to do.
He's going to do.
To his ability.
Yes.
And he's out there beating the streets.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. You got to knock on people's doors and clown to get stuff done nowadays.
Yeah, he got a couple of my utility bill paid, and I need that help.
Yes.
I was behind.
Support.
Yes.
It's not getting any better out here, right? We got to be realistic about the support that we're offering people and where we are in times. Things are going up. Food is going up. Prices. You talked about the tissues, and I think people take that for granted, right? And I'm like, those things are expensive. If you got to choose between, gas in your car or a trash bag or, some food in your refrigerator, you going to have to figure it out. You can't get everything if you're
And we stretch ourselves as far as we can.
Yeah.
I mean, on that aspect.
Because you have people using their personal houses for as,
housing people,
get out the heat.
Wintertime, too.
Ain't that community, though?
That's community help.
And the man was open.
Pride to me.
We were open wintertime. He was open 367 if you wanted to get rude with 314 Oasis. We were out there when that cold weather was there, but he supplies just the amount of stuff to keep you warm.
Yeah.
So he thinks ahead. That's what's good about him. He thinks outside the box.
Because a lot of people are still unhoused.
Still looking for help.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who were unhoused before, in a sense, right? But the spaces that they may have accompanied is destroyed, right? Because of the trees, the buildings, the bricks, all of the things that are kind of still, unfortunately, sitting in spaces and not fully taken care of. And we know why.
And in some cases, they're treating them worse because they're coming to them more.
Yeah.
So,
Having
some people are getting
vacate areas where they were
on the
able to
defensive
say,
more rather than trying to be considerate to a point.
Yeah. Man, it is a lot. So thinking about in terms of the before a little bit, but thinking now into the day of, we kind of touched on it a little bit. I know you said like you were kind of in the yard doing some stuff, and you mentioned where you were. When it happened, where did you?
I was still stuck outside.
So while you were outside, can I ask you this? Because did you hear the sirens or did you not?
No, I did not hear the sirens. I didn't hear the sirens, but you can tell that it's finna do something. It got dark too quick. But we was out there. It was like 12 of us. We out there. We was just finna barbecue. We finna do something. But we all got to walking off one by one. Everybody I'm like 3 houses down, y'all. I wanted to bring my friend with me because he worked up there with the 314. He come helping that. I wanted to bring him with me because it was me and him. But once I seen, you heard tornado, I'm thinking like Twister, like just a spinning gust of wind. Mm-hmm. Man, it started down from the 4200 of Redbud, and we standing on the 44, and you just seen it just coming. Mm. And I'm so stuck and just so gazed by it. It's just like, I turn around and everybody gone. It's just me and him right there.
Oh, wow.
So now it's to the point, it's like almost right there at the corner. It was like a blue Audi that was sitting right there. And the bricks are already loose on most of the buildings, which we ain't know because, gust of wind. Man, bricks got to coming, and once that glass got to shattering through the back of the windshields and stuff like that, we run up on the porch. Now the porch got a glass door that we trying to hide behind, you know. So we knocking on the door. We had just seen one of the brothers going there, so we knocking on the door, but he done already ran in the basement. Man, it's coming. Man, he heard it. He came in a nick of time, but before all that, man, my friend Michael, we call him Maestro, man, he said a prayer out the blue. He turned into a pastor. It's funny now, but at the time, I felt him, you know what I'm saying, coming from his upbringing, you know what I'm saying, he instantly, dear Heavenly Father, we come before you right now, I pray that you, and I just looked at him like, right now, I hear you, but we got to get in here. So I keep beating on the door. By this time, the brother Duran come up. He's still on the floor and trying to, you know, so we end up shooting up in there, getting down in the basement. But I'm talking about time we went in there and got in the basement, the storm was over.
Oh, wow.
Just that quick.
Yeah.
I'm talking about time we got in the basement, like, because you still felt the rumbling. And then once the rumbling stopped, you know, we going upstairs. It was over. When we opened that door, when I say debris, trees, the building,
Oh, wow.
over with. And I'm like, wow.
Literally outside.
I'm talking about literally outside. We got in the building in the nick of time. So I guess that little 2.2 prayer that my boy hit us with, Duran came back upstairs and opened the door because he said he just thought it was like bricks and stuff hitting the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm down in the basement. I ain't trying to, man.
Yeah,
that was a blessing, yes.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
Yeah. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
But the sirens did not go off, though.
Whew. Well, I'm glad that he opened that door. Man. What about you?
Yeah, I was home also. I was home. Three of my four kids were home. We were all just about the house. I heard the sirens. So, you know, naturally, I'll go outside and I'm looking down the street to see, you know what I mean? Come on, man. We hear these sirens all the time.
Yeah.
Tornado? All right, you know, I'm gonna sit here and let the tornado, whatever's gonna pass through. It ain't coming on the west side of St. Louis. Not no tornado. So just looking out, looking down the street. Matter of fact, it was crazy because my wife, she was going to pick up my grandkids, and she actually got caught in the storm on her way back because we heard, I believe the whole day they were talking about it was going to be a storm, you know, possibly it's going to be, you know, so just like any other day in St. Louis, I mean, possibly, okay, go get the grandkids, come on back. Nah. I stayed on the in the 1500 of Raymond, and she got all the way to Union and Page. And I called her because at that time I could see the tornado coming down the street. So I called her and I was like, hey, Tam, stop what you're doing. Don't come any further. And that's when I heard my grandkids in the car screaming in the house. She said, I can't come no further because I can't even see. I say, well, do what you need to do, but get somewhere. She said, I can't move. You know, I can't see anything. So she got to the corner of Page and Union and pulled over right by that church there that sits on the corner, on the kind of corner from the Walgreens that used to be there. And all she could do was, and it was heartbreaking to me because I could hear the kids screaming. But now at this time, I'm losing contact with her because now I can feel the house shaking. And I'm telling my other kids, hey, get in the basement. So we were able to get in the basement. I could feel the house shaking. And we sat there no more than 2 or 3 minutes and it was over. But when I opened that front door, and I looked to my right side of my neighbor, their whole roof was gone. The entire roof was gone. My neighbor herself just barely survived that, but the whole roof was gone. There were trees everywhere. it was devastating. It was devastating. And I want to say maybe 6 or 7 minutes after that, my wife and the grandkids pulled up. Thank God they were safe. But yeah, it looked like we had been struck by a bomb in that neighborhood. And usually around that time, it was right around the time, around 3:15, my youngest daughter gets out of school. So a 5-minute drive, which I'll say a 15-minute drive, turned into a 2-hour ordeal to get to her school and to get back. And when I tell you, going down Dr. Martin Luther King, seeing all the devastation, I mean, the Blue Swan and all these other landmarks we had that just did not survive the tornado, it was heart-wrenching, man. It was.
Yeah. I'm getting emotional just hearing y'all, because I'm sensitive. But I can't even imagine. And I'm glad that y'all are here to share your experience, but I can't even imagine. I'm sorry.
Take your time.
Sorry, y'all. I get emotional because it's been a lot. And our community has already, we already deal with a lot. And the tornado was devastating. And a lot of the community who wasn't even like directly affected was affected by it. The traumatization of it. I remember coming, because I used to work right out of Delmar Divine. I remember I left early that day and I went home early. Someone told me to go home early and I went home. But when I came back to work and just seeing the surroundings and like brick houses torn apart, roofs gone, trees, big trees uprooted. I was like, oh my God, it felt like a war zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just to drive through, I mean,
Try to drive.
try to drive,
right.
get by to, I mean, in the days afterwards, Forest Park, when you go and you see the roots of those trees, how low as those trees were overturned, it just puts into mind the power of that tornado, man. It was crazy, man. And the rains that it hit, I mean, we're saying Forest Park all the way over to 70, all the way over to O'Fallon Park. That's incredible, man. So now when I hear the sirens, it takes on a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Don't take it for granted.
Yeah, you go, yeah, and never will again.
And then you know what the scariest part, not to cut you off,
You good?
the stages of it.
Yeah.
So I think they considered that a stage 3 or 4 at the time.
Yeah,
Or something like that. So
100 plus.
yeah, so
Wow.
imagine 5 or 6, like
How
what?
devastating it would be if we ever hit that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And hopefully we don't.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Man.
Hopefully we don't. But yes, that emphasis alone. And I think that also goes into segue a little bit about the climate we're in now. Our environmental climate, when we're thinking about the weather changing and changes. And I think we in the Black community don't talk about that enough. And I think the way that we're going, we are unfortunately going to see more of these disasters. Tornadoes. I mean, right now I'm even thinking about extreme heat, how it's been 80s and 90s in April. We didn't have a spring.
We skipped the whole season.
Yeah, we're skipping true seasons. And that contributes to these types of disasters. So I'm with you all, not taking it lightly when these sirens are going off, but also to that point of not only taking it, the trauma, it's traumatizing. Like every time I hear one now, or my children hear one, they're triggered. They're scared. Everyone's nerves are high. And that is an impact that is made. So talking to now the experience of going through the tornado, it's over. You realize all of the damage. You get your loved ones. You're good. You know, you and your homeboys are good. What happened after that time frame of the somewhat of recovery? Like, I'm sure you're impacted, like dealing with, did you have to file insurance claims? Was your lights out?
I almost have survivor's remorse because although it affected me in a way that it affected the neighborhood, I was blessed. All I had to replace was a privacy fence and some gutters, where on either side of me, there was extensive damage to where my neighbor has still to this day is not able to come home. And work is being done, but here we are a year in, and they're still misplaced.
Haven't skimmed the surface.
They're still misplaced, man. And it's unfortunate, man, that St. Louis as a city, I won't say that our government as a whole hasn't done more to support these people to be displaced and have to come home or come to a house where it used to be a home and take care of things and make sure that nobody's breaking in and it's just unfortunate. Keeping the rain out, torping year round and going through the cold that they haven't given more support to the victims of this disaster, which it was.
Yes, it was a major disaster. Thank you for sharing that. Survivor remorse is real. Yeah, it is.
But I kind of think that we got like a low key like blueprint now, in case it you know what I'm saying happen again. Like, you know what I'm saying, for the people who weren't affected by it like we were. So, you know, in case it come your way, or you know what I'm saying, y'all can see how, you know. So it's like it's a blessing and you know, it was traumatizing at the same time, because, you know what I'm saying, from off our mistake of what we went through, somebody else can learn, oh, okay, if this happened, we can X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
Because they always say prepare for something. But this,
you know, we never prepared, and then that's why I say it was so amazing how we came together, like, you know, in a nick of a time. That's why I just say it was like a blessing in disguise, because it's like, wow, I never thought the city was going to even come to, like.
But then you just get caught for supplies.
Yeah.
The necessities that you really don't realize that, like you saying, you were going out buying toilet paper
and these are things that our city should be funding us and supplying people who don't have the resources to do these things. I mean, it's just the human thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we're not getting it. How do we? I mean, we can do all we can do. That's all. I mean, we go out here with Dr. Punch and we feed these people, man, but I'm hurting also. You know what I'm saying? With this economy, with everything that's going on. So not to overstate that, you know, we're all hurting, but I know there's somebody out there in my community that's way worse off than I am. So that's why we all still get up and you guys go out and do what you do, man, because that gives me peace and knowing that I'm doing what I can do. But we need some more support from these leaders in this city to get this thing together.
I'm with you. Yeah, we doing what we can, but we don't have the necessary infrastructures. Right? We don't have the resources to really pull off the need. And I'm gonna say this for myself, because I'm not a representative of 314 Oasis, but in my own work, right? Sometimes I'll be like, dang, I'm just pulling off a bandage, right?
Right.
I'm just pulling off a bandage. I'm not really getting to the nitty gritty of that wound that really needs the healing, but because I don't have the infrastructure or the resources, I'm pulling from what I can pull from to give the bare minimum. And a lot of times that's just a space to vent, a meal, and some seeds to plant, right? And hope that they get watered. But we do need more. We do. And a lot of times our entities are taking from folks who don't have anything, and they ain't trying to share any of the resources at all.
Well, your organization also is helping by you putting it out there. And sometimes it gets to another county or another state, and they step forward. I mean, they struggling too. 'Cause any state that has a problem, the government's not coming to help you anymore. I mean, those days have come and gone because the government came here and represented, but didn't do anything. FEMA. I mean, they were here.
Right. That's why I said no
And then-
disrespect to FEMA and Blue Red Cross, and but like you just said, it's like y'all was just putting off that Band-Aid, and you weren't really getting deep into that wound and trying to get into that affected area. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 314 Oasis came in, got in there, and you know they steady coming. Like I got people like my friends coming. Hey, you know, like Izzy just did. One of my friends. What he trying to get? I think he's trying to get. I want to say utility bill probably knocked down or something, you know, which he paid the bill. But if it can help, which I'm affected by it, yeah, I want this help. But yeah, she got right on top of that form. They like, man.
And Dr. Punch is doing more than people really are seeing.
Yes.
And he kind of gives us crumbs. You know, he don't want to put us out there on that aspect to give false information.
Yes.
Right.
Because we say one thing, because we were 314. Well, you said,
Right.
here we go. You know, now we got to dance with you. But this man he's feeding us enough that we need to know. We know he's in our corner.
Yeah.
And we know he's doing things that we might
Yes.
have thought he wasn't doing, but it's been done and gone and moved on and increased on it, you know.
And I think that's real. I think a lot of grassroots organization came through for the community, and a lot of grassroots organizations don't have the infrastructure or the resources. So Dr. Punch is doing the best that he can at the level that he has the resources, right? It goes back to upper leadership. It goes back to those levels, right? You have the local government, your mayor, you have your state, right? Your governor, and then you have the federal, where we know where that's at, respectfully. But not China commands, yes. And the more the resources come down, the better off, right? And we know that that's not happening. Resources aren't coming down that way. The infrastructure is not being set up that way. If anything, they're limiting the resources and taking them away.
You have to fill out this
Just had the
form.
mayor come through. I think this Saturday.
Yeah, I heard about that.
The mayor come through.
That was a lot of conversation about her being pleased with the efforts. I'm laughing because, yeah, with her being pleased about the efforts for the tornado, the efforts that they did. That was very controversial. Some people say she did great. Some people said tried against us. So, but you know, respectfully, I think again, I'm hearing you, and that's why I think this is important to have the conversation with the people who are was affected, because I don't think that they're hearing enough from community.
Right.
And that is my biggest problem with government entities. They're making solutions that aren't really impactful because they're not engaging with community. Right? So we have to be careful with, for me, things that we push out when we're not engaging with the people who are affected by it. So I try to do a lot of that. Yes, listen to community. What does community need? And what barriers are we putting in place? Paperwork. I always say that. Like, how much paperwork do y'all really truly need? Yeah.
I'm filling it out from the nitty to the gritty. It's like, you know, out in X, Y, Z, here it is. I'm still at point, you know.
Have you heard anything? Have you heard anything back on my paper?
I'm still waiting.
And that's the thing too, right? Communication. That's the biggest one. Like, yes, who am I talking to? Can I reach somebody? Are you telling me what's happening in the process? Are you following up with me? Because I'm also doing life, right? Life gets a lot for me. So, yeah, life be lifing. So are you following up? Not only the paperwork, I think even knowing what's available, right? Because when you go through something like that you never imagined would happen, do you really know what process you're supposed to go through? Because you've never been
I've never
through
been
it.
through a tornado before. So, yeah.
And that's why I need somebody to step and explain to me, you know, this is, that's why I say 314 Oasis, like, because other than that, like with the Red Cross, it's just you're going to fill out, you don't really have nobody hands-on with you, especially if you really don't know.
Yes.
This just happened to me. This ain't nothing I've been doing.
Yes.
So with that being said, it's like I need some type of, and I'm not, I will, hey, I don't understand this because I'm not for the sign and print my name on nothing I don't know nothing about.
Yes. And being able to have it thoroughly explained.
That's why, it's different with Dr. Punch because I see him every Thursday of now. He's hands-on. He's always there. We communicate. I know exactly what he wants from me. And it's just, it's foolproof. You want to say it like that. And like these gentlemen say, all these other entities have come and they've gone. And Dr. Punch is still there.
He's still there.
Yeah.
And people fighting him. You know, fighting against what he's doing. I hate what it sounds like.
And it's crazy, because, you know, 1 week we have enough funding to do 75 dinners. The next week we do 100 dinners. What are they holding back on? Why are we not getting the full funding that we need to provide hot meals for the community? I mean, that's something so simple as a meal. You know what I'm saying? And he has to fight with these people or whatever to get these things accomplished, man. And sometimes it doesn't feel fair, you know, for everything that this city has gone through to have to still constantly fight for crumbs. Mm-hmm. It's,
Paperwork.
Yeah, paperwork and crumbs. Yeah.
And as someone who has an organization and is out in these same spaces sometimes, what I find, I get defeated. And what I find is they only care, and even with him having the numbers, if it don't feel good to the people who provide the money, if they don't feel good about it, they not supplying it. They're going to say, how long do we have to feed them? And this is from what I hear, right? I'm in the space.
It ain't just something. That action is showing exactly what it is. It's a fact.
All the time, it's like like y'all said, they don't care. The folks who we are saying have the infrastructure, the folks who have the resources, the folks who have the capacity, they don't care.
And it's easy not to care when you're not in the community and you don't have to see it every day.
It don't affect you.
Because you can drive out to wherever you reside and everything is cool.
You can drive from St. Charles and drive look right time, stay here.
Look in it every day. I mean, since that thing is hit, man, even the skyline of St. Louis don't even look the same. You can drive from 40 or coming from Barnes Hospital, and you can literally look straight down Kings Highway now, and the skyline is not the same. Page, wherever angle you look from, everything has changed in this city from that storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you don't look out your window and see the devastation, then it don't affect you. Yeah, we live it every day. We see it every day.
Yeah.
Things will never be the same, I believe they just posted several other buildings that they're about to demolish in St. Louis that they're just gonna tear down.
Not even gonna rebuild.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They ain't talking about no rebuild. They ain't talking about no. They're not talking about anything. Investments for us, man. Yeah, and that way we as a community can't grow if you're not gonna put anything into it. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is what we can do. And I truly believe gentlemen like this and myself, and we're not the only ones, man. Everybody that has been affected by this storm that truly is a solid person has been trying to work and do whatever they can do on a day-to-day basis. We need some help.
Yeah, I hear that. And I'm with you. I hear you. I hear all of you. I agree. And to even say that we gonna save ourselves, I think that is true. But I also agree that we need more, right? And I think it's up to us to hold folks accountable. And we need to rally around and support organizations like 314 Oasis that are doing the work, right? Who are out here, pushing back and saying, no, you need to support this space. You need to invest in this space. You need to give the resources here. These people we need these things here. So it's important that we rally behind them and support them. Thinking through, still on some of the aftermath, and thinking into maybe the future, because we kind of talked a little bit about how we feel that they're not investing enough in the community. They're not providing the resources. If we magically came up with the resources, right, somehow, what would you want to see invested in the area?
See, over our way, in my community, we don't really have a lot of corner stores. Like for us black owned or whatever, like we got to go all the way across Grand and, stores, we don't really have that many laundromats in the city no more. You got to go out in the county where they just opened one on Kings Highway now. It was a store at first, but they just turned that into a laundromat. But that was a good investment for us, the future for us, But yeah, we just need a couple more businesses through the neighborhood.
Well, where we're at, got a problem now because the divide is coming across Delmar. And so a lot of people are going to get affected that already have been affected by the storm. They're going to get pushed to the curb because everything is heading, at least at the most, all the way to Martin Luther King. Slowly but surely, you can see the little difference on how they're starting to build. Mm-hmm. And it's slowly, just like a little wave. It's coming now. They're fixing Kings Highway up now, the streets, and the side streets and all. So it's kind of like it's a twofold, but you still want people to get whatever's happening, that we get some of this pie. That's flowing that way. And a lot of people that are in that area, they're not going to budge and leave.
Yeah.
This would make some, they had to leave because the house was unlivable.
But they would love to come back to their homes.
Yeah. You got people that been generations. Yes. Been passed on. So,
and I didn't want to get too political, but
how you been?
Here's the thing
we keep it real and raw.
Here's the thing that I see. This devastating, misfortunate thing that happened to the residents of St. Louis is being taken advantage of by a lot of the homes that were knocked down. They ain't gonna rebuild, and they don't want to rebuild. It's people that want that area, and this has been helpful for them to get their hands on some prime real estate where we have for years been, as Black families have grown up in these areas, and now they're going to take it. I'm seeing restaurants that were not there just years ago, and instead of helping us rebuild, they want to take over. Like you said, the Delmar divide, it's here. And a lot of people are going to be taken advantage of and sign over and sell out property that dirt cheap, that is way worth more than what they're getting for it. And a lot of families going to be displaced because of city business. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair. And what I would like to see, if you say in the future, was I would like to see Black people stand strong and just try to. I mean, I know it's hard, especially when you're not insured and you've lost everything, man. But just try to stand fast and hopefully we get some kind of help around here. I would like to see more Black-owned businesses in our neighborhoods. Yeah. All other races, they stick together and why don't we have more Black stores in my area?
I'll get zoning.
Yeah,
The barriers.
Yeah.
Being a business owner, I know you said you got your food truck,
Yeah.
you do your business.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of sometimes barriers with those processes. And if you ain't shaking, and unfortunately,
But
if you're
the
not,
barriers only seem to be for us.
I agree. I totally agree.
In
with
our
you.
neighborhood, I mean,
I totally agree
why
with
do we
you.
have so many other people? Why are we so much consumers in our own neighborhoods where we should be business owners and we should be thriving? Who cooks chicken better than us? Why we got to go to the gas station and why are we always? You don't see these groups and businesses in Ladue or Chesterfield, but they surround us and they take all of our earning power and they don't give it back.
Yeah.
They don't give it back. They don't invest in us. I like to see us invest in us and give our youth something to do. We could get better facilities for our youth to have after school programs and stuff like that. How we used to go out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, how we rebuild. So I mean, it's a lot that goes on with this rebuilding thing and this. Yeah, it's sometimes it's depressing. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you see all these new businesses popping up and no investment in us. You know what
Look
I'm
how
saying?
many schools they didn't shut down. And this summer after school,
Yeah.
it's like 3 more. I'm talking about in the city. It's
Yeah.
like, where all these kids for the field? Y'all for the cram them all? And, you know, it's...
It's intentional. It's intentional.
Yeah, it is.
It's
very
intentional.
much so intentional.
Yeah, it's very intentional.
So what y'all finna do with these buildings, these structures? Like, you know, it's for the sick.
Sit or someone
You know,
come
try
in
for the
and
turn
give
into
a tax
some-
abatement.
You know what?
A nice large entity from out of state, out of town can come in and build some high rise that's $1,500,
Right.
$2,500 a month, and folks can't afford it. Yeah, and you get, like you said, people gonna be displaced, and they gonna give a tax abatement to that or company, right?
I love my community and I love the people in it. And I would like to see us to galvanize around this tragic incident that happened to us, man. But we need some help
Yeah.
other than just Dr. Punch and 314.
I agree with you. It needs to be more people, more bodies, more people rallying. And I hear y'all. And I'm glad you all can really put emphasis on the truth of what's happening, and the vision that you all have. Because I think we hear so many people's vision from outside of who was impacted. So hearing you all's vision.
Well, we're actually seeing the people.
Yeah.
And actually, I said, and they feel that comfortableness in talking to us.
It's crazy, man.
That we don't mind, we're not trying to get in their business, but sometimes you need somebody, a neutral party to talk to.
Yes.
Or suggestions. Now, a lot of us, we've been pretty fortunate, but we can give you a little advice that kind of leads you in a direction. And they telling you got to do this, but or who you might check with. So we
Not only we give advice, but we give, I think, genuine advice because we lived through it too.
Yes.
You know
You
what
have
I'm
the
saying?
experience.
It's easy for somebody to come outside the community and come down and tell you, oh, it's going to be all right. But when you know I stay right next door to you and I was there for you and with
I
you,
know you.
when your roof came off or what have you, or when you was getting that tree off your car, you know what I'm saying? That's a different kind of a trust that you grow. I mean, going out here Thursday serving, I know these families now. I know when the young lady comes down with her 4 or 5 kids and children, how many meals she need, and we talking.
first name basis.
Ask the kids. Yeah, ask the kids
Not
how was
just the
school.
number.
You know what I'm saying? Or they see me driving down the truck and they running by the truck. Hey, Mr. Court, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, it's been galvanizing. It's been heartbreaking at the same time. But I almost wouldn't changes for the world. I just hate that it had to be something this devastating to bring the city together like this. And we should, temporarily, yeah. When it should be a constant thing with everything else we got to put up with as far as the government and the inflation and the economy and all that. Why can't we have a safe place where, we're all comfortable being
At least
who we are around each other?
everything is cleaned up at least.
Yeah, that's a
on
good
that
thing.
aspect, and people can get back to being halfway people. Because right now you don't feel whole, not even close. Because you don't have no help.
Right.
And if it wasn't for 314 in our areas, a lot of these people,
Yeah, a lot of these
they
people
go hungry.
Yeah, they'd be hungry.
I mean, really hungry.
And you'd never know because we never interact with them. You know what I'm saying? You would never know that this kid ain't had a meal since yesterday.
Now, I'll give you an example real quick. I said we serve lunches out of Centennial, our back church, me and my wife. And it was 2 degrees out there, and the church members are always in your corner. Said, it's too cold to go out there and do that on that day. And my wife said, people have to eat.
Yeah.
So we fixed 40-some lunches, and we sat in our car right outside the gate where it was at. 40-some people came to see if we were there to serve food. And we're talking about going out in the cold, and you're already in the cold, but you're hungry. And they came, and we served it right out of our car. 40-some people came and said, thank you for being here for food. We don't know how devastating it is not to, we know we might go a couple of days and cry like a baby.
A couple of hours, you'd be like, man.
On that aspect,
A day or two.
and we can go somewhere and get something, get caught up. But if you go 4 or 5 days and you don't have nothing, and then when you get something, it's just enough to make you mad, but you got to have it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than
Just the day-to-day things taking a hot shower, being able to relax and watch TV, all the things that you take for granted was magnified through this storm. You know what I'm saying? Just day-to-day things that we really take for granted, man.
And you know what? It hurts all 3 of us when we see people like that. It cuts into us, on that aspect. And a couple of people we know a little closer than some of the others. And the person went one street too far. If he'd have turned left, he'd have been all right. But he went right, and it's just down. Because when you get to talk to them and know them, I mean, really get to know them like you've known them for years and years, man. It cuts into you. I think that's why we go. Yeah. I mean, we really, really go. And then you meet new people, the next day you go. Because the word goes out. Man, Mr. Punch, 314, they're giving lunches over there.
Ripple effect.
On that, as it snowballs. Because some didn't know this place even exists until they hear from word of mouth. And that's how he gets his information out. To a point, is word of mouth.
Yeah.
On that aspect.
That is, man, I say that relationship building is important. Connections. And there is a lot of folks, when you listen and hear people's experience, it really is amazing how people are surviving out here.
It's tough out there.
Yeah.
When we get cold, we cold.
Yeah, and you can go
You
into
gotta
your house,
imagine.
and you can put, your heat on. I'm with you all. Like, I don't think people understand or grasp, like, how, I say, privileged that is in a sense, right?
And then some you can't get to go into a shelter.
No, it's hard. Shelters are,
They don't feel safe.
They don't feel safe. They feel like they're inhumane, the conditions that they're having to live in those shelters. They don't like how they're treated. So, there was a thing where people were talking about why would people rather sleep on the streets than going into a shelter, because some of these environments are not healthy in the shelters. Right. And they are also very already over that packed. Yeah. I've struggled so hard to get moms into shelters. And if you put kids on top of that, oh my God, right? It is so hard. There's not enough resources. Y'all closing them down.
Like the Larry Rice.
Yeah.
That was for the homeless.
Yeah.
It was like the biggest that we had going on in the city of St. Louis.
Because he was over limit on the amount of people, I think it was.
So why not build another one? instead of shutting it down. It didn't make sense, right? But it goes back to somewhat of leadership, and it goes back to that.
Probably all that formality paperwork you got to fill out. Them people just don't. You don't want to be bothered with it.
That is true
That
too.
aspect of it. After you phase one, you got to go through phase two, and then you got to get it approved and all this other aspect. And you just say it ain't worth it.
The politics,
But
the
this man
paperwork.
here,
Yeah, that's
this man here, Dr. Punch,
And this ain't
he's fought his way through whatever he had to fight his way through to doing what he's doing now.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's still fighting a battle with somebody's testing him to trying to find something negative that he can throw. They can throw in the mix to knock him down a little bit because he's getting too popular.
Yeah.
They don't like for you to get popular also when you're doing the right thing.
When you're doing the right thing.
You know, because we got to bring him down now. Look at him. He's all of a sudden out here doing all this stuff here, helping these people in these 4 different areas on it. Who you think he is? That's the other flaw you got. People but you just got to say, God bless them people and move on. You know, on that aspect of it, because you can't let people bring you down. And if you let them bring you down, you're dead meat.
Yeah.
You know, and they see you weak, you don't stand a chance. If, depending what area, they make you go another way.
That's why I'm hoping somebody can really open their eyes and see like what this man doing is really an eye opener. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody need to brush shoulders with him, and like we need more of this, more funding for 314 Oasis, and parents, and single mothers, and it's really getting hard in the city of St. Louis if we don't really step and come up as a whole.
Yeah. I hear that. And it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. And I positive Dr. Punch is fighting.
Oh, we know he. We all 3 of us know that. When you don't see him, he's out there fighting.
Yeah, it goes.
That aspect that when you see him, he just came from a fight.
Yeah. And if it's a battle, oh my God. On top of making sure you all have what you need to execute.
Yeah, because you have stuff in that truck
Yeah.
that you need, necessities that you need.
To feed the people. Yeah. To get the information out, to get the support. It's a lot. So I think we covered so many things. I do just want to also kind of talk about briefly to give some insight. You guys talk about how you see a lot of families and people. Can you give us some like stories or situations that you have heard from other folks that you see that's happening currently, like even now, a year out?
Well, to me, I just see more people have pride in themselves, how they carry themselves. Because a lot of people I'm seeing now is when we were serving lunches to starting back in 2020 from the neighborhood and the surrounding areas. But now you can kind of see some of them have maybe moved their lives up a little bit more. Might still be in the same situation, they carry themselves differently, like with pride.
You know what? I want to say this because I've been in the site and I agree with you. One thing that I feel like 314 Oasis has done well is making people feel comfortable with showing up. Because I've had plenty of conversations where community says, I don't even feel comfortable coming. And they be like, oh, you can't get people outside. People ain't coming nowhere. People ain't da-da-da-da. But what I have seen is they are like coming and they feel like, hey, I'm part of this. I'm here. And they're showing up and they're getting what they need. And they're happy about that. I get what you mean with pride. Like it doesn't feel like,
You singled
shame.
out.
Yeah.
On that,
It's like this right now. Like, I didn't I thought this was like one of our little group meetings, and how we come introduce ourselves. I did not know it was a podcast until I actually read it this morning at the gym. So I'm actually reading because Miss Stephanie reached out to me this morning. I'm like, what? Hold up. So she like, yeah, I'm finna send you the survey and whoop, whoop. So I'm filling out the survey while I'm in the gym, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yeah, I just felt like, it's like the pride, I just feel open to just come and speak on it. It's like I have nothing to hide or nothing like that. So it's like, yeah, I'm pretty proud of what 314 Oasis have accomplished for me as an individual and my surrounding community. So it's like, I speak on it if I got to speak on it. Yes, ma'am.
And your voice is valuable. I want more of us. That's why I created my platform, the Hood Talks, for a reason. I want more of us to be able to speak our truth in a safe space because our voices matter. And I feel like if we don't speak up what's happening to our experiences, they get to erase it and say it's not happening. Right?
Oh, he can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Here you got proof.
Yeah. If we just glaze over what's happening to us as a community, folks could be like, oh, that ain't happening. Yeah, they all right. But the more we speak up, the more we talk about our experience, you're going to have to see it. And now we can say, no, you just don't care.
Right.
That's the difference. Because folks could hide behind that. Oh, I didn't know. I don't know. No.
Now they're Googling 314 Oasis. See what this is all about.
Yeah.
What these three gentlemen were talking about.
Exactly.
On that aspect.
Yeah.
And then they might be saying, oh.
And then they're hearing the experiences from people over there.
And then on top of that, if you really kind of look at it, it's like generations right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't, from no old head point perspective or nothing. Yeah, I done been through it too. And you got people younger than me that have been, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah.
And can I give y'all even another plus one for me? Because women talk a lot. I love my girls. Mm-hmm. Women talk a lot. We ready to talk a lot of times. Hearing from Black men is even more of a highlight for me, right?
Oh, we don't mind talking, y'all. Just don't give us a chance. When we got to talk, it's to answer something. Right. When they want to hear you say something.
So I think that's the highlight.
That was for 54 years. That's how long we were married. 54 years of...
It's beautiful.
Raising your hand to say something every once in a while.
Raise your hand. Let me just get this in.
Started at a Baptist church.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. Did you have anything, experiences that you want to highlight before I close us out?
Experience? No, I mean, the experiences has been... I've talked to neighbors that I had never talked to before this happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean, always cordial, always respectful, but I'm talking about I know them now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas before I didn't. And yeah, it's been a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Going through this thing. But I've learned a lot about my community. I've learned a lot about myself. Been in a lot of growth, and I see the neighborhood trying to make a curve, turn the corner, to be a neighborhood again. Like, not to tell my age, when I was growing up and the kids were playing in the street, we probably never have it to that extent no more with all the electronics, but to where we can come together as a neighborhood and fellowship and feel safe and look out for one another. That's the experience that I've gone through. Like I say, having a lot of my neighbors displaced, just watching out for their property. When it first happened, I think we were out of power for at least a week. But we was blessed because the weather was so good, you could, it didn't really affect it. But just watching out for one another. Yeah, just watching out for one another, man. Like I said, I love my community, man. And it's a blessing to be able to do what Dr. Punch has helped us to do. So, all my experiences so far have been pleasant,
Yeah. That is so awesome to hear because we always talk about getting back to that.
Yes.
I know you talked about generations, and I feel like, you guys kind of had in y'all generation more of that, right? You knew who your neighbor was. The kids all played together in the neighborhood. And I feel like in our generation, maybe even some part of, it's like, we see them, but like you said, respectfully, hey, but that's your business. Let me go on over here to my house and close my door. Kids don't really get outside for real because technology has taken over. So to hear you say like you met and talked to and engaged with a lot of community and a lot of your neighbors and built back that type of, I say this and we say this a lot, the village.
Right.
And I always say we need the healthy village. But yeah, that's awesome to hear that. And I'm with you all. I hate that it took something so devastating. But I also hope that we continue down that path. I do. I hope we continue down that path.
Yeah, we need a couple more Dr. Punches. We'll be fine.
I think there's a lot of Dr. Punches.
They need to they need to
Well, he's
show
one.
themselves.
He's one. They might be 1A.
Let me say this. There's a lot of Dr. Punches, and there's a lot of Dr. Punches who we don't see.
Yeah.
Because they're in these spaces fighting to get what the community needs. Dr. Punch sits in a very great space where he can sit in between community and also fight in the spaces. And he has Stephanie, who's also very supportive, right? He has a team. He's built up.
Yeah, he got a great team.
And let me say, like even you all, how you're rallying behind him because you know that he's out here trying to, do what needs to be done and necessary. So he has a team that he can trust. And when you have a team that you can trust, is going to hold it down for the community that you care about, it's easy to go fight, right? But it's hard when you're trying to either be for community or be in the space that's fighting for community. And a lot of times the people who are fighting for community don't even know because they can't be with community.
And with us, he doesn't have to double check. Sometimes you can get people to work with you, but you got to constantly.
Exactly.
Kinda-
And that speaks volumes to you all as well. So give you all the credit as well so he feels safe to be able to.
I thought you would ask for my social security. I wanted you to send pictures, the back of the driver's license.
I did not ask.
No, I didn't talk about
Bird type.
No, I sent a picture from me up, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this real. Like, it's the real podcast. So I'm like, I'm excited myself anyway.
He's never been on a podcast,
Just to get with
on this,
I'm glad. But yes, we try to make sure we legit.
And we all have a sense of humor.
Yes.
We got different personalities. We know how to adjust to people.
Yeah.
On that aspect, you got to know how to talk to people.
You do.
You got to know how to respect them. You got to know when to be firm too now. Streetwise, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you got to put them in check, and they appreciate that.
Yeah.
They really do.
It's
On that aspect.
You know what?
It's all about respect.
Sometimes they want to be tested. They appreciate you, Finally
Boundaries.
found somebody that would test them without any complication developing later on in the week or life or, on that aspect. But like he was saying, they apologize. I was wrong. They sit back and think about it. And they help us police the others. Don't get me wrong. No, when they see something going wrong, or they take them on the side and give them a little pep talk.
Be like, this is not the space for that.
And you can respond. Don't get me wrong, for us.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Because they'll shut it down, and we won't have nothing, man. Or lady, or girl, But
They're invested.
Yeah.
And that is. I tell people that all the time.
that's why I said
That
people
is
that
community. When you get community invested in what you're trying to provide to them, they're going to speak up for it because they are invested in it. Like you said, hey, if we don't do right, they're gonna take this away and we ain't gonna get this meal.
And even some of our hardcore, they break down and see the light. You can hear it. The light comes on. Yeah. Because they're comfortable too now.
Yeah, and that's all about respect. And
After
being
they
comfortable.
leave, they go back to being who they
Right.
are.
But
they give you that respect.
yeah, like
They're in
we
your
never used to. You didn't cuss around grown folk. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about respect.
It is, and you respecting them, and they're starting to respect you.
I wonder have we lost a little bit of that. But you're right. There was like a boundary of I ain't gonna do this around such and such.
You don't do that.
When I'm over here.
Like respect your elders.
Exactly.
But respect your community.
That's it. But
Because-
when you see somebody that looks like you, who trying to do good, then they kind of fall in line. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just wish we had more of that, man. Really, it's all about respecting each other.
Yes.
And if we did that, a lot of
Stay together.
yeah, a lot of the stuff we need, and we could get it.
They can make us fight each other.
Right, and have been for years. That's the you talk about St. Louis. That's all it is. It's a never ending battle with somebody that looks just like you for nothing. Because we're consumers, man. We don't have really anything to stand on. But if we could stand on and stand with each other, we do a lot better.
Yeah.
And that's all I like to get back to.
I feel you. I'm with you on that one. That's the bare minimum, at least, right?
Respect.
Yeah, respect. Yeah, respect.
And your word.
Yeah, and
That's all you got, ain't it?
that's it.
Your word, you give your word, and
I don't want to go out here and hurt nobody. I just want to help, man.
Right.
Yeah, I don't no ill. I have no enemies. Ain't no place in St. Louis I can't go. Ain't nobody I'm beefing with. I just want us to stop beefing with each other and rally around what's happening and what Dr. Punch and what just a whole lot of other communities are trying to do, and just come together and finally be solid. That you say what I'd like to see in the future. That's what I'd like to see. St. Louis be St. Louis.
Yeah, I feel that.
not get labeled on something else.
Yeah. It's crime everywhere, especially in the inner cities. We're going to have that, man. But if we respect ourselves enough, man, we can turn around. I mean, just so much stuff happens out there. Running red light. I mean, just stop at the red light. Stop at the stop sign. Respect. Slow down. You know what I'm saying? Respect each other.
That person wouldn't have got hit.
Yeah. I mean, where you rushing to anyway? You see how they doing the streets? They making everything in one way. So people can stop. I mean, that's a whole nother subject, but disrespect.
Yeah.
Disrespect.
No, I you touched on so many things, and I was finna go into so many spaces with that.
That's a whole nother.
But I agree with you. If we don't, how do I say this? If we don't start holding ourselves accountable,
That point.
then they put in these barriers for us.
Paperwork. Why?
Not even that, but like you just said, they start adjusting to kind of like the one lanes.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not gonna stop, now we got to put a barrier in there to make you stop.
All the stoplights,
unfortunately.
I see turnabouts coming around everywhere in St. Louis.
Yeah, but that's also a way to go back to the investment of pushing us out so they can pull other people in and all that things. But yeah, don't give. I sometimes say don't give them the leverage, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, we do need to hold ourselves accountable to how we care for each other. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Think about how we caring for each other. So when we do that, our community changes. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and also follow us on all our social medias. And you can find all of that information at www.thehoodtalk.com.